Hey guys, my name is Jasmine and today we're going to be making a drawing based off the ocean. So before we get started, I'm going to tell you what you guys need. You need a piece of paper, a drawing pencil, which is also a graphite pencil, an eraser, a Sharpie, crayons, and colored pencils. So one big thing we're going to focus on with our drawing here is a thing that's called the horizon line, and it's where our water meets the sky. And visually, like in reality, it's all the way far back, so that's the illusion we're going to try and create with this. And I'm going to show you guys how you can make your horizon line. If you fold your paper, you can fold it directly in half. You can fold it in half where your water is down here and your sky is all up here. Or you can make your sky smaller and your water bigger. I'm going to do it just directly in half so that my water and that my sky are even. So there is my horizon line right there. And I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw directly where I folded my paper to show my horizon line. And if you want to draw your line like I did just now, you can use your pencil, crayons, color pencils, whatever you want to use. So I'm going to focus on my water first, and then I'm going to move on to my sky. And you can make your water whatever colors you want. I'm going to do blues and purples, like how water typically is. Deep water is usually more purpley. I'm going to use both colored pencils and crayons. So with my water, I'm going to think about line work. I'm going to make my lines, they're going to follow my horizon line. They're not going to be up and down, they're going to be side to side, just like my horizon line is. So I'm going to make random lines. I'm going to start with my purple crayon. I'm going to make random lines. You can make them wavy, you can make them loopy, you can do different kinds of lines. But we're essentially making a pattern with our lines here. My blue and my purple are following one another. I'm going to grab my colored pencils and I'm going to add a little bit of texture. So my lines are going to be a little bit shorter, but they're going to still be flowing the same way. I'm not going over my horizon line, but I'm working right up to it. And you can do whatever patterns you want to do, whatever line work, whatever texture you want to do for your water. I'm making mine look like it's flowing, like waves. Doing this between all of my crayon lines, and then I'm going to go back and do purple, same thing. But I think I want most of my bottom part to be blue, so I may not do as much purple. And there are all of my little blue lines. I'm going to go back through with my purple. Like I said, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to make as many lines as I did with my blue because I want my bottom part to be mostly blue. So I'm going to go through in little bits of places. And I'm gonna make purple lines. And you can do whatever you wanna do. You can do it just like this. You can do different lines. You can make your second color be everywhere, just like your first color. But I'm just putting my second color in small places. You can do different mark making with your second color versus your first color. Like if I wanted to do maybe circles instead of lines, that's also a possibility. But I'm keeping my wavy, flowy motion happening with my lines and my colors. You can also draw little fish in your water if you want to draw fish. I'm not going to, but you can if you want to. So, this is my bottom part. Also notice how they are all cool colors. Our cool colors are blue, purple, and green, but I use only purple and blue. So, for my top part here, I'm going to think about maybe, different colors if I want my water to look a little bit different from my sky. So I'm going to work with warmer colors, which our warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. So I'm going to pull those colors out in both my crayons and my colored pencils. It's red, orange, and yellow. Another thing we want to focus on and kind of think about is our focal point. And a focal point is what your eye is drawn to most of the time. So it's going to be something that's contrasted, but already our water and our sky are going to be contrasted because they're warmer and cooler colors. So we're going to think about maybe making our sun big. Our sun is going to be our focal point. So by making it bigger, your eye is going to be drawn to it. And this is my sun. And I color it in yellow. It's basically a circle that is sitting behind our water. So I didn't make a full circle. If you want to make a full circle, you can. But I'm basically making a sunrise or a sunset. So my sun is close to the water. There is my sun. So now I'm going to make line work in my sky too, but I'm going to make it going out from the sun like this. So it's going to be different from the wavy line work of my water. And it's going to be more like this. I'm going to do each of these red and orange. I'm going to make a little pattern here. I'm going to color them in fully. And you can do whatever you want for your sky. You don't have to do the same line work. But this is what I'm doing. Because this is going to help my sun be kept as a focal point. If I have too much line work in the sky, it might be a little hard to see my focal point. I might lose my focal point. And that's not what I want for my piece here. And I'm also going to think about the direction that I'm coloring for my sky. I'm not going to color up and down and side to side. Notice how my coloring is all left to right. Then it all follows one another. And it's going out from the sun. Again, going out from the sun with my coloring. And if you want your colors to be more bold, you can color a little bit harder. If you want it to be softer, you can color a little bit lighter. If you want your color to be more full, you can try to color with your colored pencils and then your crayons on top of your colored pencils. I'm going to do this last part of orange. Again, I'm coloring out and away from the sun, and all of my coloring is going in the same direction. There's my orange. And like I mentioned earlier, you can go back with your crayon and color over the top. And get rid of more of your white spaces that might be left over from what you can get with your color pencil. Again, I'm going out and away from my sun with my coloring, and everything's going in the same direction. Out and away. Now I'm going to do my red. I'm going to go in with my colored pencil. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with my orange. Coloring out and away from my sun. Here's my last red section. I'm also going to go back like I did with my orange and color back over this with my red crayon. Make it a little bit bolder. And less pink. So that's my colored pencil in red. I'm going to go back through with my red crayon. This is also kind of a pink red, but that's fine. It's still a warm color. And that's what I wanted for my sky here. You can also do your color schemes for your sun and sky opposite of what I did. I did my top part with warm colors, like I mentioned before. So I have red, orange, and yellow. In my water part, I use cool colors. And if you wanted to do your sky or cool colors, like blues and purples, you can do that. And you can do your water warm colors, like red, orange, and yellow. Here is my ocean inspired piece. If you want, you can go back there with your Sharpie and make lines to outline each of your sections. I don't want to do that with my piece because I'm very, very content on how it looks right now. But this is our ocean inspired piece. Like I've said before, we worked on line work like this with our wavy parts. We worked on line work going out diagonally. We talked about our horizon line, which is where our water meets the sky. In reality, it's really far away, but here you can kind of see it's just right up there. I fold my paper in half to make my horizon line. And we also talked about a focal point, which is where your eye is most likely to be drawn in artwork. And I hope you guys make more of these. You guys can change up your patterns and your line work and your color schemes. And I hope you guys do just that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.